Hi, this is Christina. So I just did a release on money last night. Like I said, I want to talk to you about what I discovered about myself when I released money, the messages I got, what I discovered just by the process of doing it. I know that I did a brief money one on the how-to video, but this I actually did for real. I did on my own. So and I did it as full as I do it every time, where I do the full release, everything. So, and I'm actually very excited. This one turned out fantastic. I'm excited to share what I learned about myself through this process and what I learned about my relationship with money. So one thing I learned is that often what I think is positive might be actually negative, and what I think is negative might be positive. Also, there's a fine line in between the two, and I hadn't realized how true that was, especially when it comes to money, because money is something we're all working towards, and I told you that's a big goal of mine, to come out and make a lot of money. It's always been just a dream since I was a child. So yeah, so I discovered that the terms that I used for money, whether it be negative or positive, could have a gray line. For instance, I always talk about freedom. When I have money, I have freedom. And when I'm trying to describe the freedom, it's a little vague at times, I realize, or I have to really think about it and push what I mean by freedom. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I need to kind of clarify that. I also realized after doing this, and especially talking to my husband, I'm not always as clear and concise over what I'm working for. I don't seem to have real clear goals about what I want and when I want it. I don't put those out in my intentions. I don't put that out in this release. I am kind of vague and let the universe kind of make it up for itself. And when you know anything about the law of attraction, or you read about the law of attraction, everybody always says you need to be pretty concise. You need to have some clear goals, including monetary goals, timeline goals. You need to let the universe really know what you want and when you want it and what you need it for. And I realized after doing that I'm not real concise, and that's something I need to work on. I really do. So the other thing is, I get very closed into where I think this money should come from, and I need to be open. I need to say, oh, I don't know where this money, although maybe I see it coming from one form, maybe the universe sees it as something else. I mean, for instance, what is my lottery might not be, Powerball. It might be something else. So money can come in all sorts of forms. I need to be very dedicated to the end goal. I need to be more dedicated. And this couldn't have come more clear than it did last night. And this came like a shot out of the air as I'm doing the releasing, that I'm not always real dedicated. Like, when am I going to do this? I decided to do it at midnight at night last night. And not that that's bad, but there's, I decided I was going to watch a show first and look at some few random I don't know, news feeds and watch, Instagram for a little bit. All these other things came first. And really, if money meant what I say it means to me, I would have put doing that manifestation first. I would have meant doing that release technique on top of everything else. It would have been the priority, and everything that comes around it would be the next priority. And so this is something I have to work on. And this all came from doing this last night. It's such a fantastic process. I can't tell you how it just happens as you're working this. And the other thing that I'm really clear now is that I'm not always authentic. I like to think I am. I like to think I'm a pretty real person. But, again, if I am going to watch a TV show over doing a release technique, when the release technique may take whatever, what's more important? That show's on Netflix. I can see it at any time. And this money I need now, or I want now. I've been working on it so long. So if I want it, I have to be authentic. I need to be real about what I'm trying to do and be the most authentic person I can be. I can't blame other people. I can't say it's your fault or you haven't done this. I need to be authentic. This is mine. I didn't do it. I can't blame it on my husband. So I need to have my emotions really clear. If I am angry, I need to put that in there. And then that's natural. I'm angry over not having this money when I've worked on it so long. I need to make sure I'm real with this. My emotions are clear. I don't just say, oh, anger is bad. No, I need to release that anger because maybe it'll go away and cannot come back, or maybe I'll understand why the anger is there. Maybe it's meant to drive me. Maybe I have anxiety, and I realize that from doing this last night, that I don't always put all my emotions in there and be clear with those emotions, and maybe try and understand why they're there in the first place. And maybe they're meant to be there, and maybe I'm not using them correctly. I don't know. So this is what I got. And then I need to be more gracious. I'm always thankful for what I have, but I'm not always gracious for what I have. There's people you meet that are just naturally so gracious about everything. You can tell them they look great and they're like, thank you, I really appreciate it. And they mean it. And I don't always have that. Like, someone can tell me I'm beautiful, I'm like, I feel awful today. It's just a natural technique, and I'm not very gracious in my life in general that way. So I need to learn to be more gracious, and that is especially true with money. So what happened right after I finished? So I did all this, and all this stuff was coming through to me, and I couldn't wait to just, get my husband up in the morning and talk to him about this, because, I did this. I don't think it didn't take very long. I can tell you, I know for a fact it didn't take very long, but just in doing this, and just the release, all of a sudden this information came. I mean, I can't tell you, like, the moment I got done, it was like this energy just came over me. I mean, I already have this great energy from the love and the gratitude, but my energy I felt this win. I felt money. I felt power. I felt like I understood things better. It was astonishing. And I came in so excited. I do these outside because it works for me. I live in a warm area. So I did this outside, and I came in, and I love numbers. I love when I see numbers. I always feel like I'm getting a message. To me, this is what this means. So I come in, and one of the numbers I see often is 222, so I saw on my phone it's at 1222. At first I thought, 222, that's what I see. And I thought, well, wait a minute. I'm coming in at 1222. I happen to look, I don't always look, so the fact that I did look felt like, you're getting a sign right away. And so I looked up the meaning of 1222, and 1222 means it's happening. You're doing it. You did so good in what you're trying to manifest, and that was such a powerful moment. So I knew I had done it. That 1222, when I looked it up, it was there. And then I went to bed, and I had no trouble sleeping afterwards. I felt so elated, so great. I felt ready to rest. I had a big emotional draw with it. And then I happened to wake up at 333. What a great number. That's another one that says, we heard you. It's working. It's coming. Just keep up at it. Then I went back to bed, and I woke up again at 444. Same thing. We hear you. It's coming. Just it's a more powerful form of that same thing. These are all great numbers. If you love numbers, these are great numbers. And I saw them all in the matter of that morning. And it was just great. And I woke up, and went to bed at that 1222, and I woke up in the morning, and it was just about 6. Not a lot of sleep, but I felt very refreshed. I wasn't exhausted. Even with that lack of sleep, I felt great. I knew I had done something really well. Another sign. It really had happened. Not only did I go through that whole release during the time, but I felt great. And my husband and I looked at our checking account, and we had received a little over $1,700 this morning that we were not expecting. This money was no way planned. We had no idea it was coming. There was not one signal, there was not one piece that we had this money coming to us, and we did. It's just like finding $1,700. It doesn't come out of anything. It just, look, here's $1,700 for you. And then totally unanticipated. So I knew I had done something right. It may not be my millions of dollars, but I had done something right. But the only thing that I will say in conclusion of what I got for me is one, that lack of dedication. And that lack of dedication, I realize, precipitates in me as an anger. I'm mad at myself. And when I'm mad at myself, like all of us, we always are looking for someone else to blame. And that is very typical of me. I get mad, and I'm angry, and and I want to find someone to take that anger out on. I want to blame someone else. I don't want to take it for myself. So one big thing I learned is that, whatever I take from this, whatever I learn, I need to accept and work on. I realize I don't have clear goals and I have a lack of dedication. And sometimes I hide my emotions. So I need to work on all those, and the money will be here. I got $1,700 just by doing what I did. Can you imagine if I really worked on all these messages I got? What I will receive, it will be limitless. It's right there. I mean, I was right on the cusp. And so I will continue to work on this. Will I release money again? I don't know, but what I am going to release is the pieces that are not working. So next, I will work on releasing my anger. I will my lack of dedication. I'm going to come to understandings. I'm going to ask the universe to help me with all these pieces that I can see didn't work. The messages I got. This is what you do when you're working on these releasing techniques. You don't just release the one. You release the pieces that you realize aren't working. And these are the clear messages I got that I'm not doing. And I know I need to work on them, but I'm excited to work on them because what I got from this was fantastic, and I'm excited to do better. Like I said, this isn't about creating just money. This is about creating a better life. If I don't fix these things now, then even if I got millions of dollars, they'll still be there and they will still destroy my life. They will still chip away at me. One other thing though, that I have learned, and I didn't talk about before, but there is another video on this, is that with the angers or with, whatever you find about yourself, it can be hard to digest. It's an emotional journey. Like I said, you can end up in tears when you're doing some of this. And so I have a whole nother video that I would love for you to watch. It's not very long, about forgiveness and how as you're doing this, you'll run into these emotions and you'll be angry at yourself and you feel like, or angry at another person or angry at a situation. And you don't have to go through a big releasing technique, but you should take that as quick as you can, as quick as you feel it. As soon as you've gotten through this initial process, you need to go release that right away. It takes a couple minutes and it's definitely worth it, and it's very similar. So I will talk about how I do that, and it is a little bit more of a conversation. And it's a little bit more of an acceptance, but it's a big forgiveness of yourself and those around you, whatever the situation may be, but it will help you manifest even faster as you're working on this. All right, well, thank you very much and good luck to you.